How's it going, y'all? This is Levi Cartwright with PNW Exterior Cleaning, and this video is about my first 500 doors that I've knocked on, and I'm just going to talk about some notes that I have taken and learned so far from it. So it takes me about 50 minutes to 1 hour to knock on 100 doors, and that's obviously it varies based on how many people answer and how long we talk and if I give an estimate or not. But other than that, it's pretty quick. Most of the time, people don't answer the door, right? I mean, most of the time, people aren't home. And no soliciting signs. The neighborhood that I'm going in, they get a lot of soliciting because it's a nice neighborhood. So there's a lot of no soliciting signs. And what I was doing before is I wasn't putting anything on those doors. I would go up, see the no soliciting sign, and I would just move on to the next one. Wouldn't even leave a door hanger. But now, when I see the no soliciting sign, I just walk up and put a door hanger on, because most of the time when people are talking about soliciting, they're talking about their door getting knocked on and interrupting whatever they got going on, or making their dogs bark, or waking up a baby. So I figure a door hanger isn't bothering anyone, and if I do that to 100 doors or 200 doors that have no soliciting signs, one person might want my service and actually be like, oh yeah, actually I do need this. They might call me up, and then it's 100% worth it, right? Like if I could get one customer for every 100 door hangers that I hang, every 100 doors I knock on, that's awesome. That's what I'm aiming for, right? That's the kind of conversion rate I want with cold outreach. So I've had two different thoughts. Should I get an electric scooter, or should I hire guys to go put up door hangers? And I can see the pros and cons of both. So if I get an electric scooter, I don't have to hire any guys, right? It's a lot simpler. I can get a kind of cheap, okay electric scooter on Amazon for about $200. And I think that would have my time. I think it would be able to door knock and put door hangers up twice as fast. So I think I could do 30 minutes and do 100 doors, knock on 100 doors, put up 100 door hangers, whichever one or both. And that would be awesome. Then I could do 1 hour and I'm putting out 200 pieces of marketing, right? 200 marketing materials. And just the conversations, I'd be able to have a lot more conversations. And then, so I think of the scale, it's like, okay, if I did 2 hours of that, I could put up 400 door hangers. Now that's what I'm talking about. If for this 100-day challenge, if the minimum is 100 units a day of outreach, I could do 400 in one day in 2 hours on an electric scooter, and it would probably be half as tiring, a quarter as tiring, because the most tiring thing, right, is walking around. It's not tiring to walk up, put the door hanger on, or knock on the door and talk to someone. That's the easy part. So it's just the walking around, putting the miles. I walk about 2.5 to 3 miles per 100 doors. So 200 doors, which I do on Saturdays because I don't want to do it on Sundays, right? So I can have a day of rest. It's about 5 to 6 miles that I'm walking. And I'm fast walking, like I'm hustling, right? Like I'm not just strolling, like I'm moving with a purpose, and a lot of the times I'm running up to the front door from the sidewalk just because I figure I'll get some cardio in, get a little bit of a workout in while I'm out here trying to make money. So then my other thought, right, is hiring guys to do this. I'm thinking like a high school kid, has his own car, and if he has an electric scooter, makes it even easier for him. But if I pay him 25 cents a door hanger, or even 20 cents, 15 cents, right in that range, and he's able to do like 70% as efficient as I am, like I was talking about, he'd be able to do 100 door hangers in like, I don't know, 70 minutes. So, and that's walking. If he gets the electric scooter, it might be 35, 40 minutes. And if he hustles, I'm just assuming he'd be 70% as fast as I am. If he hustles, then he could do even more, and you could bust out 200 door hangers in an hour, a little over an hour. And if I'm paying you 20 cents per door hanger that you put up, That's 40 bucks. That's 40 bucks in an hour. If you do that for 2 hours, you put up 400 door hangers, make 80 bucks. That's good freaking money for a high school kid. I mean, that's even good money for some adults, $40 an hour. Obviously it wouldn't be a 40-hour week, but that's my idea. And those are kind of the pros. The pros of the e-scooter is that it's way simpler. I don't need to hire any people, and that's it. I just go out there, whoop, ride around on the scooter and get a bunch more volume done. I'm way more efficient. And then the pros of hiring guys is I wouldn't have to go and do the door hangers or the door knocking. But what I would do is I would hire these guys and I would go do the door hangers and door knocking. So it might double what I'm doing. And then I think you can see where this is going. Probably the best thing to do would be for me to get a scooter and for me to hire guys. So I'm way more efficient, and I got people putting in more reps than I could put in right in an hour or two. And so if I have an electric scooter and I can do 100 door hangers in 30 minutes, you know, I do it for 2 hours, I can put up 400, and I hire a guy and he can do it for about 2 hours, put up 400. I could easily start getting up to being able to put up like 800 door hangers a day. And that's some volume for where I'm at. I know I'm a little fish in a small pond, and I'm an even littler fish in a big ocean, but 800 door hangers a day would be 8x what I'm doing right now, right? I'm doing 100 a day. So I just got to kind of figure out if it's worth it. Now the cons are with the electric scooter, they can't really get wet if you buy a cheap one. If you buy like $1,000 scooter, they can get wet, like an Apollo City scooter. But I don't really want to drop $1,000 on an electric scooter. I don't want it for commuting or anything like that. I want it just so I can put some more volume in with these door hangers. So that's a problem because I live in Washington, in Western Washington. I live an hour south of Seattle, and it rains. It rains here. We're going into the rainy season, the winter season. So that would not work for me getting an electric scooter. And if I got one, it would have to be only ride it around when it's not really raining. So I was like, okay, I'd be able to do that sometimes, but that would cut down on my usage of it by a lot. And then the other con is, are these guys, is a guy that I hire gonna want to do this in the rain? Like, I don't care about doing it in the rain. I just have a decent jacket. I just have the door hangers under my jacket. I'll go walking around in the rain. I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. But it's also my business, and I'm highly motivated. So I don't know if when I hire a guy, if they're gonna want to do that in the rain, right? So those are kind of the problems that I'm thinking about, the pros and cons of this outreach that I'm doing to generate leads for the business. And what I think I'm gonna do probably today, probably try it out, or tomorrow, is that I think I'm just gonna get a regular scooter, not an electric scooter, but like, you know, a pro scooter. I'm not gonna get the Razor scooter we all had as kids, but a pro scooter, just whatever. If you know what those are, you know what they are. And I think I'm gonna get one of those, and I think that will increase my efficiency by a lot. Maybe it's not as much as an electric scooter, but it might, because you're not going to accelerate too hard on an electric scooter from door to door. It's not a far distance. Obviously, you make up for the ground when you have a long stretch to get to the next door. That's when that would be the best. But I'd be able to get moving on a scooter. So that doesn't matter if it's raining or not, right? It's just a scooter. You can ride that in the rain. So that's what I'm gonna try, and I'll let you guys know how that goes, how efficient I am, how much more I'm able to do riding a regular scooter. So that'll be cool. Now, how much of volume am I aiming for? with this cold outreach, with these door hangers and door knocking, I'm aiming to put up about 20,000 door hangers in the next month or two, because this is what I figure, okay? So if I have 0.5%, so if 1/2 of 1% of every 100 people, so one person for every 200 door hangers that I put out, I get as a customer, okay? So it's 1/200, which is it's really it's 0.05%, but it's 1/2 of 1%, right? So every 200 door hangers I put out, I get one customer. I'm charging, for my average ticket price, I'm charging $600 to put up Christmas lights. And this is what I'm gonna be marketing for, right? These next month or two is putting up Christmas lights. And I'll show you guys the flyers when I get them. They should be here in a day or two. But anyways, I need to put up 200 flyers per customer. And I'm assuming that, like, that's really low, right? Ideally, what you want is one customer for every 100 that you put out. But I'm assuming, like, worst case scenario, right? I suck. The marketing that I made sucks. The design that I made. I'm picking the wrong neighborhoods, which I don't think I will. And I'm trying, and I'm figuring out, what areas I want to target. And if I get more, that's even better, because as soon as I'm maxed at capacity, I'm going to raise my price, because that's how you do it, right? Supply and demand. That's how economics work. So anyways, it takes me 200 door hangers to get one customer, and I want 100 customers. That is the goal this season. So 1/200 times 100 is 20,000, right? It's 200 times 10, 2,000 times 10. So it's 20,000. I need to put up 20,000 door hangers if I get one customer for every 200 door hangers to get 100 customers. So the goal is to get 100 customers with an average ticket price of $600. And I'm just saying that because I'm trying to charge low, build up my demand, fill up my schedule, and then charge a little more, and charge a little more, and charge a little more, right? Supply and demand again. So 100 times 600 is 60K. So that's what I'm looking to make. This Christmas lighting season is 60K. This is gonna be my first time doing it. I feel like I'm kind of shooting for the stars, and if I shoot for the stars and I hit the moon, cool, right? Like, I'd rather shoot for something big and hit something medium than shoot for something small and hit nothing at all. So 60K this year in Christmas lights is the goal. 20,000 door hangers, and that pretty much comes out to, if I want to work 5 days a week for October and November, I need to put up 500 door hangers a day. So I could do that. Like, I can grind that out, and I can bootstrap it, right? Because if I'm not out there doing jobs, I'll go out there and market, right? I'm trying to get this business going. I say in some of my other videos, I'm trying to bootstrap this business, put in the sweat equity. But I don't really want to put up 500 door hangers a day with my current setup, literally just walking it all. Now, if I get this scooter and it makes me twice as efficient, I kind of think it's going to be kind of a piece of cake to put up 500, because then that's going to take me about 2.5 hours. 2.5 hours isn't really that much. So that would be awesome. And if I find a guy that's willing to work in the rain, maybe I'll even, if I like their attitude and their character and stuff, maybe even pay them a little more. Maybe I'll pay them 25 cents a door hanger. They got a regular scooter that they can ride in the rain. They're able to do that, make $50 an hour. It's still worth it to me, right? Because I'm trying to get out that volume. So I'm definitely willing to consider that. For a guy that's willing to work hard and has the right attitude, I love that. I want to help other people for sure. So $20,000, right? That's the goal. we shall see how it goes. And that's starting, well, you guys can't see that, my watch is small, but it's October 1st right now, so I'm gonna start doing that in just a couple days. It'll be pretty sweet. So that was my first 500 doors, what I've learned so far, what I plan on doing this Christmas season. You guys like and subscribe. Come on this journey with me. Let's get